Kia ora koutou, my name is Canterbury and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what UC is doing over the coming weeks to be online ready with our teaching. Now, as Cantabrians, we've been through this before. I remember teaching in a tent back after the earthquakes, but I know we're going to be able to get through it. What we need is for everyone just to be a little bit patient and a little bit kind as we adjust to this new way of learning and teaching.
Online learning is going to look and feel different to the campus-based learning that you're used to. Think of your Learn site as your study home. This is the place where all of your resources are going to be located, your lecture recordings, readings, PowerPoints, quizzes, even help for students. Your lecturer may also have set up some interactive activities, chats, Q&As, forums, places for discussion, and you might find yourself participating in some real-time Zoom classes where you can chat to your lecturer and ask questions. Make sure you check your Learn site really often for announcements and news from your lecturer, because that's going to be the place with the most up-to-date information.
We've been using elements of online learning for a long time. What's different now is that it's fully online, and that requires a little more of us. It requires us to structure our time very well, and I would advise everybody to think about using your timetable. That same timetable that you're familiar with. Focus on your subjects or your courses as it is timetabled using the online resources.
Outside of formal learning and all of the technical pieces that you need to get your head around, it's still really important, and please don't forget to stay connected with your fellow students during this time. So whether you're setting up a study group with Facebook Messenger, WeChat, or you're using Zoom, please utilise these technologies to bounce ideas off your fellow students, and it's also a really great way to keep yourselves motivated during this time. If possible, customise your workstation so you can be as productive as possible. So I've been putting my laptop up on a tray so that it's at eye level whilst I'm reading my ebooks, but it's also really good to minimise clutter around you and distractions, so get out of the living room with the gaming consoles and whatever you have and ask your flatmates to be respectful and to have a little quiet time while you're studying.
So with my workstation, I needed to clear out all that stuff that was getting in the way of me focusing on my work. And the same way in your learning environment, you might want to remove those stuff that is distracting you. It might be things, it might be phones, it might be social media, or it might just be your flatmates that are getting in the way. Make sure you communicate with them that this is a time that you need to focus, you need to concentrate, and set those blocks of time aside so you can really make the most out of your learning experience. Now, some of our lecturers are a little bit more ahead of the curve and they've got all their materials online already. Some of us are trying to catch up as quickly as we can. The best thing you can do is to communicate with your lecturers and your tutors about what works, what doesn't work for you, and be kind and be patient with one another as we're all adapting. Remember, we're moving into a space now of physical isolation, not social isolation. So make sure you still stay connected with one another, make sure you catch up via Zoom or House Party or whatever app you're using, and make sure you don't get sucked into this rabbit hole of dark and dangerous news. Take care of one another. Ka kite anō.